Hello and welcome to the Wendy Maness Show. We are so glad that you are tuning in with us. We have an exciting show tonight, and I don't want to give away our guest just now, but you are going to want to tune in because it's one of my favorite places here. And I talked about them last week when I was going through my top 10 restaurants. So that's a little bit of a hint, but there's still 10 that you'll have to go through to guess that one. And I don't know if you got to experience the Lavender Fest this weekend like I did. I went down to the Lavender Fest, and I haven't gotten to go since before COVID. And when I went before COVID, it was still kind of small. There was people there, but not like there was this week. It was fantastic. The weather was beautiful, and then it was just extended further than I like walked past around Jackson Square, walked down the street in front of Jackson Square, and then it just kept going. So if you did not get to experience that, you definitely missed a treat. So thanks to all who put that on because it was fantastic. I even bought some lavender and some lavender oil and took it home with me, and it's drying out so that it can smell for years. I learned a lot about lavender and how the scent will last for many years if you just dry out the buds and let it sit in a vase. But tonight we have a new set of events, and you are not going to want to miss these in and around Anderson County. And the first one I want to tell you about is the Monarch Butterfly Release. And this is going to be at 11:30 at Willow Ridge and Oak Ridge at the Garden Center. They're going to release monarch butterflies, and I am sad that I can't attend to go to this because I'll be out of town, but I mean, can you imagine standing in front of all of those butterflies just flying around you? The next one is Brewfest. And Brewfest is in Knoxville. This is their 12th annual Knoxville Brewfest. They are going to have beer. They're going to do this whether it rains or it shines. So make sure to go down. That's at 525 Henley Street in Knoxville, Tennessee at World's Fair Park. They do have parking in the parking garages, so you can find a map of that if you go on the downtown website at downtownknoxville.org. But that sounds like a fun time as well. And entry will begin at 12 o'clock, and then it goes on until 6 o'clock, and you must have a ticket and be 21 or older to go. So make sure that you have all of that in line before you head down there. It sounds like it's not just a family event, but 21 and up. Then we have Alicia Harvey is going to be at the Dam Bar on June 24th from 7 until 10. She's a really great singer. You may have seen her right here on this channel. She's been on before singing on Dudley's show, and so you don't want to miss that. She sings country music, and she also writes her own songs. And then we have the Farmers Market in Oak Ridge, and that is every Saturday from 8 until 12. And I was able to catch a little bit of the Farmers Market when I went to the Lavender Festival, and I got some of the best tasting green beans and kohlrabi, and they had huge heads of cabbage and big tomatoes. And so if you're looking for fresh food grown locally, you definitely want to head down to the Oak Ridge Farmers Market. And if you're in Clinton on Thursdays, you can go to that farmers market from 9 until 1 at Lakefront Park. They have one there. So I do want to tell you those so that you can head out and experience all those events. There's a lot of events going on, and you know, I really love going to local events. And not only do I love going to local events, but I also like to travel locally. So vacations are coming up, but sometimes you cannot go 8, 10, 12, 24 hours away from home because it's expensive. And so you want to go like maybe 4 or 5 hours away. Well, I have you a list tonight, and I want to go through some of my favorite places just to get away. And I'm going to switch over here. My first one that I love to go to is Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville, of course, is known for the Biltmore. You can go see the Biltmore. You can also eat some of the most amazing food because they have a culinary school in Asheville. So if you're looking for just an hour and a half, 2-hour getaway, head on over to Asheville, North Carolina. The next place I love to go is Hot Springs, North Carolina. And hot springs, you can go hiking, you can go to the hot springs, you can just sit and relax. And the best part of it is you don't have cell phone service in a lot of places, so you literally can just be. And then Nashville, Tennessee. I like Nashville because of the music and the nightlife. You can walk down and experience Tootsies and hear some of your favorite songs being sung, and also get to meet some of those people who wrote those songs. And you never know exactly what you're going to get when you head on over to Nashville. Now, I can tell you it is much different than it was 5 years ago. It's growing fast. So if you like the fast-paced life, Nashville is a place to go. And then right here locally, Knoxville. There's lots to see in and around Knoxville. I like to go downtown Knoxville, walk around and see all of the different historical sites, because we have a lot of history right here in Knoxville. Stay at the Oliver Hotel or one of those downtown hotels and eat. We do have some amazing food right here in Knoxville. Ellijay, Georgia. Ellijay, Georgia was like this little hidden jewel for me. And they have waterfalls, they have wineries, they have breweries, and it's almost like you can get lost in the country. And there's not these big crowds, but you're still in the mountains. So if you would like to experience the mountains without the crowds, Ellijay is a wonderful place to visit. And the last one is Covington, Georgia. And Covington, Georgia is this, it's kind of like the Hollywood of the South. You would recognize this if you watched some of the shows like In the Heat of the Night, as my daughter likes, The Vampire Diaries, or the originals. And then also it is where The Dukes of Hazzard was filmed. And so you can go and you can see all these places, and it's like you've been there your whole life because you've seen them on TV, but they also just have some nice getaways to go shopping and just relax. And that is my favorite getaways. And right now we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to talk to our guests for the night. See you soon.
Daniel Forrester has been recognized as one of East Tennessee's leading attorneys for nearly 2 decades. Civil disputes, criminal defense, divorces, and juvenile custody cases are all part of an impressive resume. Daniel's legal experience also includes representing clients in local, state, and federal courts. A husband and a father, Daniel is a Rule 31 certified mediator who has represented hundreds of families in Chancery Court. Call Daniel Forrester Law Office at 865-457-7900 for a free consultation. Birchfield's is Oak Ridge's premier dining spot. They offer an incredible breakfast buffet that's just $14.95, and it includes your drink. But they also offer Eggs Benedict and pound cake French toast. From 4 to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, Birchfield's offers happy hour specials, including 50% off appetizers and special prices on drinks, plus amazing dinner entrees that are served from 5 to 10 p.m. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience today at Birchfield's, located inside the Doubletree Hotel on Illinois Avenue.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance clean energy and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear and environmental fields.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
And we are back. I do want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to Daniel Forrester Law and IB3 Global Solutions and Oak Ridge Utility District, and especially Birchfield's. Thank you so much for sponsoring our show for this month. And we cannot express how happy we are to have you on with us. And now we have one of our favorite places, and that is 201 Cafe and Wine Bar. And here we have Warren and Linda with us, and they are owners of the 201. And I don't know if you've been there, but if you haven't, I'm just telling you right now, you are missing out on some great music, great food, great drinks, and I can't wait to talk about it. So I have to tell you, the first time I walked in was to hear my friend Melissa play. And I came in after I had filled in for Alan on his show. And I walked in, and there were 3 ladies sitting at your bar, and I was by myself. And they're like, hey, come on over here and sit with us. And I felt like I had known these people forever. But by the time I left, I knew 7 new people. And so it really felt sort of like Cheers, you know, how you, somebody walk in.
I'm too young for that reference, but I'm sure that's a good thing.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing. And, you know, we were just talking about watching those old shows with the laugh tracks. Cheers doesn't have a laugh track. You should watch it. It's really quite funny. But, yeah, it was a place, and I feel like once you start going, everybody knows your name.
That was one of the things I was hoping to accomplish with it. I wanted a place. I mean, yeah, Cheers came to my mind. It's a little different vibe as far as kind of the the Art Deco and the chandeliers and all. But I really wanted it to have that neighborhood feel. If you go there a couple times, the bartender's going to know your name and remember your drink. The servers are going to know you, and it's just kind of like extended family.
Well, that's amazing, because the first time I walked in, that's exactly how it felt. So
Oh,
you're
that's
doing
wonderful.
a great job
Thank
with
you.
that vibe.
Thank you.
So how did you get started in, have you always been in the restaurant business, or how did 201 even get started?
Well, first of all, shout out to the third partner, who is my husband, Bo. Usually one of us owners is always one of us owners is at the place all the time, and he has to run sound tonight. So we have live music tonight, so he is there running sound. So it's just
Nice.
my son and I.
And one main reason was we wanted to offer something local for Oak Ridgers that you might find in Market Square. We were tired of driving in Market Square ourselves, you know, so we wanted to be someplace that we would have gone if we didn't have to be working there when it was
Right.
open.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, we aren't in the restaurant business. I own my own business. My husband owns his own business. But I had always kind of fantasized about a restaurant as a retirement gig.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, a couple of things happened, and it reminded me that life is short. And we found out Razzleberries was moving down the sidewalk there, and I love that location. I love Jackson Square. So
Yeah, it's a great location. And I was telling Warren that I used to go to Razzleberries, and what you guys have done with that place is absolutely stunning.
we changed it a bit.
You did change
Yeah.
it a bit,
Yeah.
but I mean, you walk in and you opened it all up, and the bathrooms are now towards the back, and so and you've got this nice big stage there.
And no pigs. The
And no
first things you
pigs.
probably noticed.
There was no pigs,
We kept one.
but there were drums. I did see drums there, and but it's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we put a lot of sweat into that place.
I can tell you did. So let's tell everybody you're in Jackson Square, and can you kind of tell everybody where you're located in Jackson Square?
So I guess we're just right on the corner of the right side of the U, I guess, right at Broadway and Jackson Square, right where Razzleberries used to be.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
I was telling Warren that the first time I noticed that you guys were there, I think you had just opened, and I was leaving the Oak Ridge and Clinton game. And as I left that game, I heard piano music, and I was like, wait a minute, where's that piano music coming from? And I noticed that Wendell Warren was there playing the piano, and Wendell and I have played shows together, so I was like, oh, this is cool. I'll have to go watch him. And then Melissa started playing there, and I was like, oh man, this is really cool. And so if someone was to ask you how you would describe your restaurant, how would you describe it? Is it a wine bar? Is it a cafe? How would you describe that?
Or whatever you want and need it to be.
Hey, there you go. And That is a great answer. And I can tell you what, I'm going to tell you what it reminded me of. So I'm going to go back into my memories for a minute. So I was in Austria in 2014, and there was this little local restaurant that we didn't know was a local restaurant. And so we go, it's our last night in Austria, and we're like, oh, let's go eat here. Go in. It was a good food. But then it started raining, and we're like, oh no, now we can't get back to our hotel because we have to ride the train, so we had to sit there and wait. Well, as we did, all of these locals started coming in. And as they came in, they were like talking to each other, and you could tell they were looking at us like, these people are from around here. But they welcomed us, and we sat down, we listened to the whole thing. This man sits down at the piano, and the whole place starts filling with opera music. It was a night off at the Opera House. And so that's the feel that I get from you guys. Like, you're going to experience something you've never experienced before when you go to 201 Cafe and Wine Bar, because you're going to have the food, you're going to have the music, and you're going to feel welcomed. And
That is so cool that you picked up on the European thing, because there's multiple influences. One is the decor is kind of Art Deco. That's one of my favorite periods as far as jewelry and architecture and stuff like that. But we also love to travel, and when the kids were young, we've always traveled, and my sister lives in England, so that makes it easier. But I always loved the feelings of the cafes and the little restaurants, and so that feeling was near and dear to me as well. And then the outdoor dining too, because in Europe during the summer you can always get outdoor dining, and I love outdoor dining.
that is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and then my husband's interest in music, and he's a lifelong musician, and had always wanted to have a place to have performers and everything. So it's kind of this meld of our experiences and things we loved about being overseas, and the outdoor air, the Art Deco.
And that's one thing that we love, at least I love about being in Jackson Square. I feel like it's one of the few places in Oak Ridge where there's that mixture as you get in Europe of people actually living there and commercial. So we can have locals who can actually walk to our restaurant, right? And I think that's
We
like,
have
if we were in
regulars
Main
that
Street
do,
or someplace
right.
else, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be possible.
I did meet people that had walked to your restaurant. They're like, we just live right down the road. But
Yeah.
we're going to take a short break, and we're going to continue to talk about 201 Cafe and Wine Bar.
Birchfield's is Oak Ridge's premier dining spot. They offer an incredible breakfast buffet that's just $14.95, and it includes your drink. But they also offer Eggs Benedict and pound cake French toast. From 4 to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, Birchfield's offers happy hour specials, including 50% off appetizers and special prices on drinks, plus amazing dinner entrees that are served from 5 to 10 p.m. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience today at Birchfield's, located inside the Doubletree Hotel on Illinois Avenue.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance clean energy and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear and environmental fields.
Daniel Forrester has been recognized as one of East Tennessee's leading attorneys for nearly 2 decades. Civil disputes, criminal defense, divorces, and juvenile custody cases are all part of an impressive resume. Daniel's legal experience also includes representing clients in local, state, and federal courts. A husband and a father, Daniel is a Rule 31 certified mediator who has represented hundreds of families in Chancery Court. Call Daniel Forrester Law Office at 865-457-7900 for a free consultation.
Welcome back. Thanks again to all of our sponsors, Daniel Forrester Law, IV3 Global Solutions, Oak Ridge Utility District, Birchfields. Thank you so much. If you missed the first show that I did, Birchfields was on here. Jane was talking about all of the specials they have, so go down and see her. And right now we are talking with Warren and Linda from 201 Cafe and Wine Bar. And we're just sitting here talking about all of our travels, and I didn't realize that you had so much based around like the European influence that Razzleberries once had. So you don't have craft beers, is that correct?
So we have one domestic craft beer, and that's an IPA from Else, which is on Central Avenue, just in downtown Knoxville, and then the rest of it is bottled imported stuff. So we got some very classic Bitburger, Warstein, some classic German beer brands, and we have a Czech lager. We have all kinds of. We have a Jamaican stout that's really popular.
Oh, wow.
So it's from all over the place.
Stuff that you wouldn't be able to find at just any restaurant.
Exactly.
You guys kind of carry that and carry on that tradition that Razzleberry started in that building. But so what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
I love. There's a type of beer called a Radler, which is half Hefeweizen and half carbonated soda, so it's only like 2%.
Yeah.
But it's super sweet, super easy to drink.
Is it the lemon Radler?
Yeah, the lemon or the grapefruit. Those are really good, and those are they can be a problem.
They are good. The first time I had them was in the Czech Republic, and it was like their summer drink.
Yeah.
And so that was the first place. But you're right; these are really, really good. Do you guys have any specials, like a dinner special or a lunch special that you guys do?
We try to change up and do different specials every week, and we try to focus on a certain nationality or region. So a couple months ago we had Greek Week, and then we've had Jamaican. Around St. Patty's Day we did Irish. What else have we done?
We've done a curry week.
Yeah.
I'm a
He
fan
loves
of
making curry.
Japanese curry in particular is lots of people haven't had it before.
I've never had that.
Yeah, lots of people don't even know Japanese, but it's very mild and it's super good. It's one of my
When I think of
comfort meals.
curry, I think of Indian.
Yeah.
And so I've never even heard of Japanese curry. So you also have things that you could go and you'd be like, oh, wow, I've never tried this. Let's go try Greek Week, or let's go try the Japanese curry, which sounds really, really good.
It's really good.
So when you have the Japanese curry, do you kind of make it like with steak or shrimp, or
So
how does that work?
normally we do chicken. I mean, we normally make the curry and then we have it so you can add whatever protein you like to it.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Because we make a real effort to always have a vegetarian and a vegan option on the menu, even in our specials. And we also try to make sure we have plenty of things that are suitable for people that are gluten-free.
Oh, that's really good to know.
Yeah,
Because my daughter has gluten allergies and dairy allergies, and it is so hard to find a restaurant where you can find something that is gluten-free
Yeah.
or dairy-free.
Yeah.
And a lot of times
Yeah.
we will have to go vegan because of that. But
Yeah.
that's really good to know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see more and more reasons that we're all going to have to go visit 201. It's just like, it's amazing what I didn't know. I'm sitting here talking to you guys, but did you have something you were
And so
gonna
we
say?
also do weekly drink specials. I often do custom house infusions. I'm doing a ginger and mint infused rum this week, and we try to match it with. I did ouzo for Greek Week, limoncello when we did Italian stuff. So I also try to match it a little bit with the food.
And what is ouzo? You said
So
ouzo?
yeah, ouzo. It's kind of like licorice.
Okay.
It's a very classic Greek drink. It was popular because there's a scene in it in My Big Fat Greek Wedding where the in-laws drink it and.
Okay.
But tell her about your most popular infusion, the lavender.
The lavender French 75, which I believe you said you had
Yes,
yourself, right?
I
And that's
did.
this lavender infused gin with lavender simple syrup. And
It's really, really good too. And you said that you can also make mocktails with these infusions. Is that right? So for those who don't drink alcohol, you can have a mocktail.
Yeah, we do. We have 5 or 6 mocktails on the menu. Yeah, we can do the lavender French 75. There's this really nice liquid called Seedlip, which is basically like a fake gin, and you can do really nice, interesting mocktails.
That sounds
with
really nice, especially like, some people do like they don't drink during a certain month, they could come in still and have a nice, refreshing drink with you guys. Okay, we have to talk about the music, though, because you guys have some wonderful music there. And as I mentioned, my friend Melissa was there last week, and then also Wendell Werner plays there. Who else?
So
Wendell will be there tomorrow night.
Okay, so Wendell's going to be there tomorrow night. So if you like jazz, he is fantastic, and he plays the piano and sings and does all kinds of. It's really, really good. So go see them tomorrow night.
Friday nights, we always try to have jazz.
Okay.
That's the plan. And then Saturday nights, we'll mix it up, dance bands or something like that. We have a blues band this Saturday night. We'll have Candela in a week or two, which is a Latin band. So those are on Saturday nights, and then more jazz on Fridays.
And they can find out who's going to be there by going on your Facebook, right?
Or our website.
Yes.
Or your website. And now you were telling me, though, there's one band that if they're playing, you better get reservations for it, correct?
Yeah, 110 No Shade is the house band. It's the third owner, Bo's band.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are really fun, but the crowd is accordingly busy.
And you said that the reservations sell out, like they'll perform and then the reservations will just be gone, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So if you want to go see them, you better be like on it, like saying, hey, save me a table. And so if someone wanted to make reservations, how do they do that?
Just give us a call. It's 865-481-0300.
Okay.
And yeah, one of us will probably
You
be the
can
ones right
message
down
us
for
on
you.
Facebook or through the website, too.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
And so if you had to guess, what would your favorite food be at the restaurant? If you had to suggest something. I always ask that for the waitress. I'm like, what do you suggest? So what would you suggest?
So our Alfredo, we do all our Alfredo made from scratch in pan, and all that is really good. It's a problem.
You eat too much of it? It sounds delicious.
I love the Greek salad, and then I throw a piece of ahi tuna on it, and
Oh, I bet that's
Yeah.
what my husband would get. He loves ahi tuna.
yeah.
But I always like to ask the people who work there what they recommend, because they're not going to eat anything that's not bad. And that's my favorite thing, because they're going to be honest. They're not just going to be like, oh, maybe this. And so
Now, Bo will eat a filet almost every time, so he's really big on the filet too. So And
and
our
I have
hummus is
seen the
amazing.
filet
Yeah.
on Melissa's plate.
Yeah.
She eats the filet a lot.
yeah, she does.
But I'm so thankful that you guys came in.
Thank you so much for having us.
Go down and visit 201 Cafe Wine Bar, and we'll see you next week.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance clean energy and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear and environmental fields.
Daniel Forrester has been recognized as one of East Tennessee's leading attorneys for nearly 2 decades. Civil disputes, criminal defense, divorces, and juvenile custody cases are all part of an impressive resume. Daniel's legal experience also includes representing clients in local, state, and federal courts. A husband and a father, Daniel is a Rule 31 certified mediator who has represented hundreds of families in Chancery Court. Call Daniel Forrester Law Office at 865-457-7900 for a free consultation. Birchfield's is Oak Ridge's premier dining spot. They offer an incredible breakfast buffet that's just $14.95 and it includes your drink. But they also offer Eggs Benedict and pound cake French toast. From 4 to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, Birchfield's offers happy hour specials including 50% off appetizers and special prices on drinks. Plus amazing dinner entrees that are served from 5 to 10 p.m. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience today at Birchfield's, located inside the Doubletree Hotel on Illinois Avenue.